And we're live. Hello, everyone. It's been a couple of days. I wanted to come back. I got the big boy mic today. Better sound quality. I sound like an FM announcer on this. So you're going to want to listen to this. More understanding, more decoding men's behaviors would also explain some of the ladies, your decoding your behaviors, your operating system, why you do what you do, how different we are is really my work. It's constantly this sort of missing the boat on the other person's operating system, what motivates them. Men act different than women, men think different than women, men don't feel the things that women feel, like all this stuff that we kind of know, but we don't understand how to navigate, and often we collide and we get frustrated and da 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 da, and he goes down the toilet. So why you should listen to me? My name is Andre Parody. I've been studying, researching men and women's um, dynamics since 2006. So I studied with 5 masters. These are the masters, as in not master people, master teachers that I've had throughout my career and my own work and research. So nothing I'm talking to you about is my opinion. It's data, the research. But this one's interesting because it's understanding that men are typically logically driven. Men are logically driven. Men are living in the left brain. Left brain is always thinking, plotting, calculating, right? It's a linear approach to everything. Vocabulary is in the linear left side of the brain, even though women talk more, but the actual structure of it is masculine. So all these things, men. So 90% of men who are right-handed live primarily in the left lobe. They're constantly in their heads. They're constantly planning and plotting and approaching everything with a logical paradigm, not an emotional paradigm. You know what I'm talking about. Now, there's 10% of men who are left-handed, who operate more. Their brain operates more like females, where they tend to be more into the right brain, more sensitive, more creative, more talkative. It's both good and bad because they suffer differently in being wired that way. So it's very interesting stuff. Um, so again, so if men are more logical, we know that women are more emotional. Right? Your feelings constantly is what shows up for you throughout the day. Your feelings drive you. The things that come at you all day long, the traffic, your boss, the girl you don't get along with at work who constantly is irritating you, right? Like the world comes at you and you soak it up. Where for us, we block it. The outside world doesn't affect us like it does you. Everything you ladies see, smell, taste, hear, and touch makes you feel good and bad, or good and bad, or good now and bad now, by moment to moment. So, like the weather, ladies, your emotions and feelings will change throughout the day. You're you're emotionally driven humans, which is beautiful, right? So you're all about emotions and heart. We're typically all about head and logic. Now, we both have both, but like I said, 90% of men live on the left brain, 90% of women live in the right brain more. We forget this. We don't think about this. So the problems that it causes is miscommunication, frustration, not understanding each other's thinking and feelings, because men don't understand your feelings, and often you don't understand our thinking. So it's just interesting. It's human psychology. So I got these 4 phrases here that I want to run by you, ladies, especially men. If you're paying attention, you'll recognize yourself in this. But if, lady, ask a man what he thinks, and he'll typically outthink you. Interesting, right? So ask him what he thinks, and you'll see that he thought, think, go, into place that you didn't even think was possible. Because you often assume that men don't think much because they don't speak much. Big mistake. One man said to me one time, it's factual, I could back it up. He said, if I'm not talking, it's because I'm thinking. I'm always thinking. That's the masculine man. Now, we're talking about masculine men here, not the feminine ones, not the boys, men. Just to be clear, because it's a different breed. Again, in my world, 3 types of men: boys, guys, and men. I'm talking about men now, the real man. So ask him what he thinks. He will outthink you. if you don't interrupt him. If you let him speak, you won't believe all that's in there. Interesting. You can't interrupt him though. You can't interrupt him, and that's one of the ways why you get the one word answers, ladies. You trained us that we'll never be able to finish a sentence without you interrupting. So we stop because it's frustrating, it's disrespectful, and we end up believing that you don't want to hear what we have to say. So we even stop trying. Just saying. This is a factual thing. So ask him what he thinks, and if you're quiet and listen, you won't believe he's going to outthink you. So interesting. Number two is, you know, if you tell him what you think. See, ladies, if you relate to this, it's actually fascinating. Again, human behavior, right? Psychology of a head-driven person as opposed to a feeling-driven person. If you tell him what you think, he will try to he'll try to change your mind to his thinking. How many of you experience that? Tell him what you think, and he's gonna say, actually, well, you should, because he's the thinker more so, and in his thinking, in his values in the world, his opinion about things, these are all data that he collects on a regular basis. So whatever he thinks, if you you don't think the same thing as he does, he'll try to convince you to think his way. It could be annoying and frustrating. I get it. It's called nature, the nature of being masculine. Interesting. So just see it coming, or if you don't think the same way, you don't need to go in there trying to change him. It'll never happen. You'll create actually distance and frustration, and you know he'll back off, and it's not good for anybody. I'm just saying. All right, so tell him, tell him what you think. He'll try to make you change your mind to the way he's thinking. He's going to try to realign you to what he knows, what he valued, what he discovered, what the data says. Like, he's just going to take you. Just saying, it's interesting and frustrating. So number three, if you ask him how he feels, ladies, how do you feel about us? Right? You usually get a look like, what are you talking about? Like, men will look at you like you have two heads. Ask me how I feel. Not that I don't have feelings, but I don't drive my lives through my feelings. Men do not drive their lives through their feelings like you do. So how do you feel about us is like, we're good. Like, obvious, right? I'm here because, right? So to him, again, it's a logical answer to an emotional questions. If you want to know the truth, if you really want to know what's going on with him, you're gonna have better luck to ask him what he thinks. What do you think about us? Where do you see that going? And again, don't interrupt him. It's gonna take a minute for him to go down and figure out the answer. So the last one I think is fascinating, because the last one is, if you tell him how you feel. Now, if you ladies tell us men how you feel, when you do this, it made me feel like this, I didn't like it, or, right? Seriously. So when you tell us your troubles, whether it's about me or anybody else, all right, but tell me how you feel. You feel uncomfortable, you feel unhappy, you feel stressed out, you feel nervous about whatever it is. It could be me, it could be the world, it could be your boss, right? Tell me how you feel. This is when men hook onto you, because it triggers the hero in him. It triggers the fixer in him, because men are neurotic fixers. I don't know if you actually realize that. Men are neurotic fixers. Again, masculine men, right? Tell him how you feel. That doesn't work for you, right? He not only will respect that and actually get that, but he actually will try to fix it for you, which is really what you want. So 4 different ways to approach men, 4 different ways that they operate that we don't really think about very much. So let me know what you think. You can email me directly, andrecoaching1@gmail.com, and tell me what you think. I'm curious. I don't know how these things land on you guys. I'm just sharing information from my work and my data and my studies. And if you think I'm full of crap, tell me I'm full of crap, but I'm not. I can back all of this up with an avalanche of data. That said, hope that helps. And let me know what you think, please. Seriously. And Audio Coaching 1, ask me anything. Okay. Hope that helps.